Hello world, from whichever time zone you're catching me from, my name is MD90. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell notification to all so that you do not miss the uploads that come up. And the easiest way for you to navigate the channel is to head to the playlist. You'll find videos curated for you based on your interest. So if you're interested in the Kutika podcast, you'll find a playlist for that. For news and trends, there's a playlist for that. Exclusive with MD90, a bunch of playlists that are created based on your interest. So the easiest way to navigate the channel is head straight to the playlist and you'll find what you're here for. Consider becoming a member of the channel. Right next to the subscribe button is the join button. You click on the join button so that you can become a member of the channel. You support the team on the production and a number of things that we're doing here, and we appreciate that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as you may be aware, Mao Sampa was sued for defamation of the former bank governor of the Bank of Zambia, Christopher Mvunga. So Mao Sampa has lined up Edgar Chagalungu, Faith Msonda as witnesses in the case against Mvunga. So this has been reported by Kalemba. It says Patriotic Front President Mao Sampa has lined up former head of state President Lungu and billionaire Faith Msonda, among other prominent personalities, as his witnesses in the case where former Bank of Zambia Governor Christopher Mvunga sued him for defamation. Sampa has since pleaded fair comment to an article he shared on his Facebook page alleging that the 6.5 million, which was alleged to be in the possession of former journalist Faith Msonda. So now, in this case, in the comment section there, you can see Musa Chandra just reacts to that. It's just a second. Last I checked, the former head of state, Edgar Chagalungu, in as much as he relinquished his benefits of once he got back in active politics, but he still has his immunity. So meaning he cannot appear in court as a person to be questioned on stuff like that. So I do not know on what grounds Mao Sampa has placed Edgar Lungu to be his witness in that case. And that's where people are just laughing at that to say. And then again, Faith Msonda, once she signed a deal with the Anti-Corruption Commission where they came up with a settlement. They got back the money, but she was not arrested. So I doubt she can be persecuted or asked to divulge any information with regard to that case based on the agreement that she has with the Anti-Corruption Commission. We yet to see how this plays out, but the witnesses that Mao Sampa has used cannot appear in court from the look of things, but we wait and see how that plays out. But what has been trending so far is this news. So this was posted on the UPND Zambia page, where they say Frank Bwaria, this is the former priest, Frank Bwaria, and then a couple of other individuals have joined the UPND. So for two particular individuals, they stand out amongst them. So that's Frank Bwaria, the one who's on the far left, and the other Patrick Salui Mbila at the far right. So if you remember, this Patrick, this is the individual who was part of Edgar Lungu's camp. So you see he's holding a placard there which say, fight not the anointed, meaning Edgar Chagalungu 2021. So these were like the praise singers during Edgar Lungu's time, and now they've moved to the UPND. So these pictures have just been posted by PF platform to say how people switch and stuff. So the PF went further to to post Frank Bwaria's former CV or how he has moved through parties in Zambia. So they say Frank Bwaria's CV. He was the executive director of Red Card Campaign, then formed a political party called Alliance for Better Zambia, ditched the party and joined the Patriotic Front for Michael Sata, and was appointed board chairman for ZESCO. Then he resigned and quickly went back into the PF after Sata's demise and heavily campaigned for Edgar Chagalungu and was rewarded as the PF chairperson for information and later ambassador to Australia. After UPND won and recalled him from Australia, he straight away joined the Socialist Party for Fred Membe. Held some senior positions in the party as a party spokesperson and something else, they write. And then he resigned, only to resurface today, leading the team of defectors to the ruling party UPND. So simply stating, you should know the individual. He goes where it's warm, under they say there. And then obviously Savoy Boy also reacts. The entire president receiving what? In reaction to Frank Boyer's ditching, and the president is the one who received those defectors. Okay, the caliber of defectors shows that the UPND indeed is finished and is not an attractive party. UKA has indeed woken up people. UKA. So simply laughing at the, say, if the president of the Republic of Zambia can go and receive a person like Frank Boyer, then what does it mean? And then she writes all that stuff that I've just read up there. And then someone, Kayombo, in the comment section saying, but if they had joined the Ukwa bag, was going to be a big headline. Just the fact that you are talking about it means it is stinging you. So pretty much means, say, if it was irrelevant, she would not be commenting on the issue. That's what people say to that. Obviously, the vice president there, Mtaina Lumango, with former ambassador Father Frank Waria at the far right there, at the new UPND headquarters. I'll show you pictures from that event later on. So those are some of the images from today. Then the vice president herself went further to post these are pictures from the new UPND headquarters. So she says, no matter how much falls on us, we keep plowing ahead. That's the only way we keep the roads clear. And then she posts a picture of herself and the head of state, President Hakainde Hichilema. And then just below that picture, then you see Frank Boyer hitting a high five with her. Further on, she does the double post. Today, the president and the vice president were quite busy. They had a couple of events. So this is the other event that they held. And then she says, this is the vice president's page. She says, we ask the church and the nation to join us as we pray for the rains. But as government, we are already making adjustments amid the aimed at aligning our budget to meet the climate change face to face in order to reduce the impact on our citizens. And then she signs it off, Mtaina Lumango, Vice President of the Republic of Zambia. Obviously, the watchdog say by now 98% of the PF thieves should have been in jail, but now they are looking like they are victims and calling for the president to resign. So cheater. So simply saying, I mean, by now the cases are supposed to have yielded results, but you cannot arrest people without evidence. It's just to follow due process. So we wait and see how that plays out. That's what the president says. We'll wait for the rule of law. So the president also made the post. This is the president, Hakainde Hichilema. He says, fellow citizens, it is an honor to and a great pleasure to join clergy members from various denominations across the country at a prayer breakfast in Lusaka this morning. We express gratitude and an invaluable spiritual work that they constantly undertake in our communities, especially in the face of numerous challenges confronting our nation on a daily basis, including the recent cholera outbreak and an ongoing dry spell which threatens our food security. We urge them to continue playing a pivotal role in educating our citizens on hygiene and cleanliness, emphasizing the old adage teaching which says, cleanliness is next to godliness. We called upon the clergy to persist on praying for the country amidst the challenges and advocate for unity, hard work among our citizens. In addition, we appeal to them to collaborate with the government in raising awareness about climate change and protecting our environment. It was good to fellowship with our brothers and sisters in Christ. And then he signs it off. Hakainde Hichilema, President of the Republic of Zambia. So that's the first event that he had today. Then, as you expect, Frank Waria is hitting the road running. So he's got a talk show today, a phone-in interview. In fact, it has already passed by now with them on TV. I'm sure it's going to be fire. He's going to talk about Fred Membe. If you remember, just when he left Fred Membe's party, he said, in fact, he hinted at this. He said, I would rather vote for Hakainde Hichilema than vote for Fred Membe. And I'm sure now he's going to divulge the information why he cannot vote for Fred Membe. And not only that, it will be expected he should shoot at Edgar Lungu also. Is supposed to be useful. That's how politics works anyway. And then the president goes further to write. This is President Hakainde Hichilema. He says, we officially opened our new UPND party secretariat this morning with the call for unity among our members. The secretariat is deliberately named after our founding president, Anderson Mazoka, as a mark of respect for those citizens who began and believed in the movement 25 years ago. We thanked our members across the country for contributing towards this beautiful structure and called on them to use it for the realization of our party's dream in the years to come. We reminded our members on the difficult path we have had to navigate through until forming government, where even several people lost their lives. This is not the time to relax, rather work hard in order to improve the livelihood of our Zambian citizens. Signs it off, Hakainde Hichilema, president of the UPND there. And the president is also Hakainde Hichilema to attend the Assembly of Heads of State and Governments. So the president Hakainde Hichilema is expected to travel to Ethiopia to participate in the 37th ordinary session of the Assembly of Heads of State of Governments of the African Union, scheduled for the 17th and 18th February 2024 in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. So the president will be traveling out of the country soon. And then the PF, obviously, amongst the statements that the president had made earlier on, was saying there's freedom of assembly and a lot of freedom. So the PF used these images. If you remember these images, these are the images from Mungu during the Kuomboka ceremony. And then that's where, which caused Hakainde Hichilema to be arrested for, should have been 25 days or something like that. But for a long time, the longest he had been arrested for. So the PF say during PF, there was no freedom. But then again, these were the wrong images to use, because right after this, President Hakainde Hichilema was jailed for a long time, was in prison for a long time. Obviously, as you expect, Wakwetu, this is Elias Musha's platform. The ambassador to Australia says, such a traumatizing regime it was. We thank God for protecting President Hakainde Hichilema. Long live President Hichilema. So simply reacting to that post by the PF. Obviously, Chocolate put up this image that's alleged to be Cornelius Mwetwa, to say the boys did not bring you the AFCON Cup, but I have brought you this one, and then he lifts it up, World Cup of Tribalism. This was created by Chocolate, the artist. He's a musician and also cartoon animation creator. So these are some of the images that came from the launch of the new UPND Secretariat, the HQ actually, which is named after Anderson Mazoka. So as you see on screen, that's the Batoka Imenda, the SG of the UPND, President Hakainde Hichilema, and Vice President Mtalenano Mango there. But CR1 has gone further to double down. So the images that you see on screen, some of them are from the Kenneth Kaunda International Airport, Simon Mwewa International Airport, and the Kazungura Bridge, and a bunch of projects that were done during Edgar Lungu's reign. And then he says, this is Zambia, Muntu Sana, simply like celebrating the works of Edgar Lungu. And wait and see how it plays out. But people keep on saying, focus on Nigeria in regard to in response to CR1, because the situation in Nigeria is worse off than in Zambia. So how come you seem to be focused on Zambia? But anyway, it's his platform. He's free to do as he wishes. And if you've been online, there's been this debate for a long time where Zimbabwe and Zambians fight to say the best view of the Victoria Falls is either on the Zambian side or on the Zimbabwean side. In fact, the Zimbabweans claim to say it's actually in Zimbabwe, and then they just it's banter, like there's been joke to say, and then Zambians say actually the source of the Zambezi, where the Victoria Falls falls from, the source is in Zambia. So if you wanted to shut it down, we can simply shut down the falls by blocking the source of the source of the Zambezi River. But then again, it's just banter that goes back and forth. So now the Zimbabweans took it further. There's an American artist that is, I think she's left the country right now, Kelly's. She's quite known for R&B music. So she was in the country, in Zambia in particular, touring Livingstone, and she visited the Victoria Falls and stuff like that. So in recent past, she's been putting up images on her platforms on Instagram, TikTok, wherever she is, just sharing her memories of a vacation in Zambia. So she put up some of the images. So the images that she put up, and then the Zimbabwean says something. Let me just read to you what I said. So Keris Rogers, known as Keris, is an American singer and songwriter and chief, recently visited Zambia and took time to settle the debate between Zambia versus Zimbabwe Victoria Falls debate. So this is what she said. So a Zimbabwean say, she posted to say, when she posted the images of her being at the Victoria Falls, and then she says Zambia, then a Zimbabwean responded to that, say, no, it's Zimbabwe. Although the water separates it from Zambia, where you were is Zimbabwe. We love you still. So simply a Zimbabwean trying to claim you. And then she says, excuse me. She laughs it off. I was in Zambia. I was never in Zimbabwe. In response to that particular individual. And then another person goes further to say, it is in Zimbabwe. A tiny fraction is in Zambia. That's another Zimbabwean saying that. And then she goes further. The whole falls is in Zambia. She responds to that. So Zambians are having a field day with it to say, now you can see even the visitors that come to see the Victoria Falls, they can attest to the fact to say the Victoria Falls is in Zambia, not in Zimbabwe. So Zambians are enjoying that reaction from her. Anyway, that's the news, ladies and gentlemen, so far. My YouTube channel. Make sure you click on the subscribe button, you click on the notifications to get the notifications of every video that I upload. I try to upload every week, sometimes every day of the week, but definitely each week you expect a video. So make sure you click on the subscribe, like this video, and there's much more on the playlist. So visit the channel and see you around.